So I've got a question for you. When you wake up in the morning, every day, when you get up and you go about your daily routine, when you look at yourself in the mirror, are you happy with what you see? I mean, besides your amazingly beautiful face, of course. But no, like you as a person, are you satisfied with where you're at? Are you satisfied with how your business is going, how you're treating your family, how your relationships are progressing, how you play piano, how you pour that latte art? Are you happy with that latte art you poured? So now I'm guessing you either said yes or no. So now the question has to be asked, is that good, whatever you said? So like if you said yes, you're satisfied with where you're at, it's good because you're content, you're happy with what you've done, you're in a good spot, right? But it's also a bad thing because that means you have a tendency to slow down and to stop progressing, stop pushing if you're satisfied and content with where you're at. And if you said no, you're not satisfied, same thing applies. It's good because it's gonna drive you to keep forcing yourself forward, to keep pushing harder. But it's also bad because you may have the tendency to degrade yourself and lower your self-esteem and put yourself down so hard that you can end up failing completely. And I'm not entirely sure where I stand on this. I kind of want a mixture of both. But it's just a question that I keep asking myself is, am I satisfied with where I am? And depending on my answer, like, okay, how do I cope with that? How do I progress? And we all know that you need to keep striving, but you also have to be confident and content and satisfied with her at the same time. It's like, how do you do both of those things? And that's when I remembered an awesome tense in Greek, actually, where it's talking about a past event that happened, and the tense that is used makes it sound like it's a past event, something that happened, because in English, like, it can't be translated correctly. And I love it because it's not a this or that, like one or the other. It's very much a this and this. And I just love it because I was really kind of turmoiling this, and I was like, how does this all work? And then I started realizing, you know what? I have to have both of these things. I tend to flip-flop one or the other, and I tend to do it multiple times, sometimes in the same day. And simply because of the nature of our language, I think that gives us the tendency to flip-flop, to do one or the other, which is really interesting, actually. I love the way that it's portrayed in the Greek. And I'm not a Greek scholar, like, seriously, I know very little about Greek. But it's really, really cool because we have to be able to look at a specific skill set or something that we're striving towards, and we have to look at that and be able to say, I'm satisfied and content and grateful for how far I have come, but I'm not completely done. Like, I'm not just gonna say I'm satisfied, boom, done from there on. You have to be able to say that about how far you've come, but be able to translate that into, I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm not satisfied with where I'm at. So you're almost two things at once, and it's kind of weird. In English, it doesn't really make sense, but in Greek, it's so much simpler. Sometimes I really don't like English, honestly. So yeah, I might be satisfied when I finally master, Pirates of the Caribbean on the piano after hundreds and hundreds of hours. Like, yeah, I'm satisfied with where that is, but I understand that I can go farther, and I want to push harder and keep going and make it better because I'm not satisfied with where I'm at. So I'm satisfied, but yet I'm not satisfied, if that makes any sense. I hope you guys can understand this. If you can put it into a situation, it makes more sense. Let me give you an unbelievably practical example. Sorry, this is literally the only idea I could think of. Probably because I'm hungry. But you see my point. Am I satisfied with this soup that I just made? Yes, I am very satisfied with it. Probably because I'm hungry. But am I going to try to make it better next time? Absolutely. Also, not sure how I can make it any better because there's literally 3 instructions. Add a little bit of Greek seasoning in there, maybe some seasoned salt. That'd be so good. But you see my point. I really hope this makes sense because I feel like I've been talking for the last 10 minutes and just kind of saying the same thing over and over, but just from different angles, and y'all are just like, oh, we get it already. So I hope it didn't sound like that. And maybe this is completely irrelevant. Maybe nobody else struggles with this, but I personally have really kind of wrestled with it, just not knowing where I fit in that scale of satisfied versus not satisfied, and go, 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 when do I stop? That sort of ideal and that sort of mindset. So I just wanted to throw it out there. Maybe you guys can relate, maybe you can't, maybe you're totally lost. Yeah, kind of putting myself out on a limb here, but I'm curious if you have engaged with this at all or seen it, and if you have, what that looked like for you or in someone else and how you kind of dealt with that. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear your experiences, whether this is a big thing for you, whether it's like completely pointless. I think this video is stupid. This is completely irrelevant. You can type that in the comments. I won't be offended. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me for today. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening, tomorrow, year. I don't know. Just keep crushing it. I'll see you in the next video.